Hello, my friends. For this reading, we have the crow, which would make you my crow friends, of course. And this is in the air element, of course. Trying to find the page, sorry. Here we go. Spiritually strong, creative, watchful. The crow has long been a symbol of magic. A crow personality is drawn to the supernatural and has a gift for seeing the unseen, knowing the unknown. It is said that the crow holds within its mind's eye the three realities, past, present, and future. Crow energy is potent and should only be tapped into when the mind is clear. Those with crow tendencies must balance their lives with a healthy diet, joyful friends, and regular self-study. When in balance, psychic, strong, clear. When out of balance, ungrounded, hypersensitive. To bring into balance, daily meditation practice. All right. So perhaps you're feeling like something is really going on for you right now. All right. So the daily meditation practice is, something I pretty much always recommend to people. It doesn't have to be a long meditation. 5 minutes is good. But let's take a look at your tea leaf cards and see what's going on with you, help you determine whether or not this is your reading. We have the bull. It's time to stand strong. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. And then we have older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. We have hammock, taking a vacation, physically or mentally, broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. I wonder if it might be family too. I'm pretty sure they don't have a card for parting of the ways with family members. So that might be something to take into consideration. Then we have finger, warning of a problem either now or in the near future, and pay attention to your finances. I'm pretty sure we're all doing that right now anyway. Okay, now then, let's see. Why are you here? What is on your mind? Three of Swords. Three of Swords. King of Cups in reverse. And the Moon in reverse. So some things may be coming to light, in particular about a King of Cups. Someone who is not emotionally regulated. And or they may be very cold. They don't share their deeper emotions. It could come off as quite manipulative. So, some things coming to the surface, secrets being revealed, and grief as a result of this, I would guess. So, what do we need to know about this King of Cups? What do we need to know about this King of Cups? Anything else? Karma, destiny, fate, dharma even. Which it's important to recognize dharma changes your purpose. At one phase of your life, your dharma is one thing. At another phase, it's something else. Now, you may be the Queen of Cups. Oh, that's interesting. Underneath the Queen of Cups was the Seven of Pentacles. I don't usually take cards that are underneath, but I did want to show it to you because it's a crow. We'll see how that goes. All right. Maybe I should have gone with the Crow Tarot today. Page of Swords. There's lots of birds in this deck. Page of Swords in reverse. Okay, that would not be a child. I do not take any of the pages as children if they're in reverse. Instead, it is someone who is immature, an adult. So we have the Queen of Cups. This is someone who is emotionally intelligent and hard to fool because they are very much aware of what's going on, even if they come across as soft and understanding and so on. With the Page of Swords in reverse, so we've established somebody with some maturity problems. They should be eager to learn, but being in reverse, I suspect they are not. They may be very closed-minded, very resistant to any new information, any new perspective. And that is on top of the King of Cups. You're not going to change their mind easily if you were inclined to try, which you probably shouldn't even try. Well, it seems this is a situation that has come to an end. This is the World card. This is the end of a chapter. There is a success of some kind, even if it's just successfully getting out of a toxic relationship, which I'm reading you as the Queen of Cups, honestly. And this Page of Swords, I think it's run its course, whatever it is. Pages can also be messages, so that's something else to think about. So I know that it seems like this Queen of Cups would be a good match for the King of Cups, but given that the King of Cups is in reverse, they're not a good match for anybody. Also, since I haven't said it yet, no gender in tarot. King, queen, whatever is shown on the card, there is no gender associated with it in my readings. Oops. We have the Nine of Swords. So, a lot of anxiety. It's in reverse, so there's two possibilities. Either it's on top of the Queen of Cups, so we'll go with you. Either you are learning, have learned to let go of anxieties, or you have held on to them so tightly that they are beginning to manifest in your life, which can happen. Manifestation comes from anything that you focus on too much, basically. There's an old saying, I don't know if it's that old, but where thoughts go, energy flows. So if your thoughts continually go to something bad happening, then you are contributing energy toward that bad thing happening. We have Three of Cups in reverse here, so there has been a breakdown of communication. There may or may not have been a third party involved as well, especially since we have a Page of Swords and a King of Cups, both in reverse. Perhaps you've simply done a lot of growing, emotionally speaking. I mean, that does seem obvious with the World there, right? All right, but this was a toxic situation. The communication was no good. And bad influences on each other. I sometimes read it as toxic friends, you know, the kind who get you to do things that are really bad for you. Bring out the worst in you. Interesting. Set of Wands in reverse, so a lack of boundaries. If you're going to be the Queen of Cups in the upright, you do need to develop some good boundaries too. So you might think, as the Queen of Cups, that if you are understanding enough, then you can help others help these wounded people with their issues. But they have to want to heal first. And that's not up to you. You can't make that kind of decision for anybody else. So, let's see what the universe has to say about all of this. We got the moon again. Or, what did I say again? Oh, it's right there. Okay. And it did come out upside down. These cards don't have reverse meanings, so I don't do that. It's just an interesting coincidence or synchronicity, however you care to put it or see it. It does still refer to the subconscious, recognition, psyche, which you've also got with the crow. We have, man, you or the querent. You or the person on your mind. And Wolverine. Jeez, all these cards are coming out upside down. I would point out, I don't know if you can tell, they're coming out and bouncing into reverse. They're not coming out in reverse. All right, so I don't remember which one came first. So we have man, the person on your mind, or you. Wolverine, fierce, unpredictable, wild, power struggles. Oh dear. Assertive, possessive, lots of inner demons here. Wolverines are certainly aggressive. I would not say assertive, they're aggressive. Fierce, unpredictable, wild, power struggles. They can be very, very determined, but what are the inner demons here, whether they're yours or someone else's? I mean, you've got the moon next to this man card, so you know whether that's you or the person on your mind. Now we have Avalanche, Wheel of Fortune. Well, that's kind of appropriate. So a major force that cannot be controlled. Oh, crap. Sorry. A major force that can't be controlled. Chain reaction, wipe out. Really a devastating blow to your life. But it seems that it was the wheel of karma or fate that determined this event, whatever it was. And then we have Celtic knot, unconditional love, legendary, divine union, eternal love, infinity, enduring, connected love of a lifetime. So, you clearly had big ideas about that King of Cups. That it was fated, destined, and it was probably, you could definitely say that you were meant to learn from each other. I would say that. It could still be the love of a lifetime, but that doesn't mean you're fated to be together forever. And you're definitely not fated to stay with them if they are being harmful in some way. Oh, what's this? So we have the Milky Way, basically the net. moving into the spotlight in some way. Social media. Getting connected. It could be networking in some other form, but I mean, who doesn't, you know. You can network offline as well as online. It's kind of hard to imagine anybody only networking offline, though. It's possible. It's possible. But trust your inner knowing. Believe in your power. What are you being called to do? Or are you doing already? Other than believing in yourself, in your inner guide, your inner knowing. Oh, it's coming. Are we having a purpose reading? Light bulb, an aha moment, discovery, breakthrough, realization, enlightenment, epiphany. Well, you had the world, and now you have the aha moment. Maybe it hasn't happened yet, but it'll probably be happening soon. You've got the Wheel of Fortune at the center of your reading. Remember, I think I said things were coming to light with the moon because it was in reverse. So I think maybe you are finally seeing that King of Cups as they really are, seeing their inner demons. And you cannot fight their inner demons. Or you can't fight anyone else's inner demons. They have to go within and do that themselves. So no surprise, it got off to a bad start. It didn't take off. Backfired. Failure to launch. Third person, whatever that may have been, there's all kinds of possible. It's not really, it shouldn't be a third person, a third party influence. That could be anything from a career to a person, a family member, behavior or a substance. All right. I don't know why we're talking about this, honestly. Because apparently it happened. And it's in the past. Maybe it's confirmation for you. Maybe it helped you grow. As awful as it was, it brought you compassionate wisdom. It increased your emotional intelligence, your mindfulness, holistic insight, balance of intellect and emotion, heart-mind coherence, which I talk about a lot. I think it's actually called heart-brain coherence, but authentic decision-making, wholeness, and integration. So so you can say that it didn't work out or it was a false start or whatever, but the fact that it was a false start is what has led to this for you. So I'm sure it was very painful, but it has had some really powerful positive effects on you. In case you hadn't really thought about that. They were removed from your life. In perfect timing. Maybe you're seeing things now as being much more interconnected. You're doing much better job managing your own emotions, and that has been your big prize, your golden ticket, your turning point for your life. Perhaps you're able to stay calm now, even in very difficult, volatile situations. And maybe that's where you are right now, in a toxic situation. Yeah, once again, we have a return to the self, a recovery. Perhaps you are the one with bad habits? Well, we all have bad habits, don't we? No doubt about that. But perhaps there's also been a recognition by others that you were right about something. Now, the thing about foxes, as a former chicken keeper, I can tell you from experience, they can get into and out of situations that you think they could not possibly get in and out of. So, in the wild, they are very monogamous, but I don't think that's the message here. Self-interest. I would say stealthy, yes. Cunning, sly, crafty. Perhaps someone has been exposed. People are saying you were right, then you must have pointed something out about somebody or a situation. Perhaps you are becoming an entrepreneur, becoming a boss. Or you are planning on it. Huh, what's this? We have the snake coming out on top of the fox. This row is a little confusing. Let's see what's going on. What is going on with you, my crow person? Well, whatever is going on, or may be going on soon, you're going to feel forced into action. But there are hidden things that you need to learn, especially about yourself. Integrating opposing forces, getting into the flow, feeling complete, increasing your awareness, being centered, balanced, and of course, meditation. So there is going to be a need for you to have more knowledge than you have now. Perhaps about philosophy, perhaps simply esoteric studies, or whatever form of spirituality you practice. And yeah, a real need to get centered so that when this kind of thing comes up, you aren't thrown off. Well, it's always the goal for all of us. Because life keeps happening, things keep happening. Sometimes they're good and sometimes they're really disruptive. But we have to deal with them either way. Although, honestly, sometimes the good things are the most disruptive, aren't they? All right, I'm going to get a couple of archetype cards for you. Oh, wow, that popped right out. The Father. Thanatos, death. Oh, interesting. And that's from the last suit. Oh my gosh. You got death and the dead end. All right, the dead end of the Father. What is going on there? All right, let's see what the book has to say. All right, we'll start with two, the Father. The Great Father, the masculine, the protector. Alongside the mother, the father resides in the central axis of the archetypal family. The father embodies both light and dark aspects of the masculine. Thus, he is infinitely dynamic and complex. His energy is strong and regal, embodying such virtues as honesty, wisdom, and loyalty. Yet, ironically and simultaneously, the father is often absent, literally or emotionally. Through absence or action, the father eventually reveals that he is neither a king nor a god, but a human being with many flaws and wounds. He is both the guardian and the one who leaves us to the wolves. Here, yet gone, the champion and the failure. The father can never escape, never resolve or escape this duality. It is inherent in the archetype itself. Witnessing the father's limitations allows the child to grow beyond the family and into the world. When light, supportive, strategic, regal, kind, authority. When dark, disappearing, disappointing, devastated by failures. Read poems about the father, Sharon Olds' His Stillness, William Blake's Little Boy Lost. Become a student of this masculine energy. Watch the father in movies and Shakespeare plays. See the father as a pattern, not as a person. Okay. And then we have 40, the dead end. The dead end, the closed door, the final chapter, the impasse. You see the hand in the middle there? Contrary to what its name implies, the dead end is very much alive. It is a force that stops us from moving forward as planned. It is thick, dense, uncompromising. A wall beyond all walls, with every bramble, thorn, and stone, it simply states, "No more, child. You have reached the last page of this chapter." It is natural to resist its very resistance and struggle even harder to make our way, to prove our point, to hold on to what was. In this way, we fight with life itself. From a mythic perspective, the end you face is very much a beginning. There are doors opening all around you, just not the one you planned on walking through. If you are honest and courageous enough to accept, adjust, and adapt, the dead end becomes known as life's beginning. When light, acceptance, humility, relief, reverence for change. When dark, inertia, stuckness, tension, unconscious gripping. This seems to be a big issue for you, I think. Reflect on dead ends in your past that led to unimaginable wonders. The moment you accept this ending, the ending, a feeling of grace will arise. Doors begin to open both inside you and in the world. Note that in most stories and movies, the moment the protagonist reaches the dead end, something riveting happens. You are the protagonist. All right, Thanatos. This might be a repetition of this dead end message, but let's see. And This is 73. Here we go. Death, as I said. It is tempting to oversimplify death and sum it up as transformation, but the true archetypal resonance of Thanatos cannot be easily assimilated or contained. Death is ongoing and omnipresent, an eternal response to the gift of birth. Witnessing the ending of another being, creature, phase, or stage has deep consequences for the psyche. We are forever changed by Thanatos as it sweeps us under its wings, making us relinquish control in every form. It leaves a mark of ash upon our heart, signifying we have touched the cusp of the underworld and will return to the land of the living eventually, with more compassion and wisdom to share. This capacity is needed in our world. One who has faced the annihilation of Thanatos can face anything. When this card appears, it signifies an initiation into the underworld. When light, grieving, mourning, bearing witness to all that is. When dark, fear or insensitivity to old age, illness, and the dying. Facing Thanatos, death, leads us to Aletheia, truth. There are those with a great gift for navigating Thanatos energy. Thankfully, we find these generous souls in emergency rooms, hospitals, hospice centers, and the like. All right, then. You really are undergoing a big ending, and you have gained a lot from it. Whether you appreciate that right now or not, I understand it was probably very painful. But you have gained a lot from it, and your life has been forever changed by it, as you have been. Look for the new doors. Till next time.